Hi everyone! Today we're going to be closing out week 1 of July, which for my family's budget is June 24th through June 30th. We're going to see where our money went, close out paycheck number 1, and then we're going to prepare for week 2 of July. If that sounds like something you are interested in, then stay tuned. If this is your first time joining me, hi, my name is Emmy. I am married with 2 children, and this channel is all about my family's journey on how we plan on getting out of over $200,000 worth of debt, which is a huge hill to climb. But on this channel, I like to post budgeting content on how we spend our money, how we save our money, sinking funds, and different budgeting content like that. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please feel free to like this video, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below so I know you want to see more videos like this one. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for coming back. I really appreciate you, all of your love and support, your comments. That just means so much to me. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, so this is what July's looking like. Not too busy compared to other months. Therefore, we did really well in this first week. So let's go ahead and check in. I'm going to pull out my weekly check-in sheet because I'm using the ring bound system. So you're allowed to just pull pages out like that. Super nifty, and you can put them back in. I like it. It's cool. If you like these budgeting stickers, I do have sticker kits like the weekly check-in, also over here the basic budget kit, and I also have PDF downloadable, so you can get a what am I trying to say, a printable version. That's what it is. You can get a printable version over on my Etsy shop as well. Anyway, so I'm taking out my weekly check-in and I'm going to reference my monthly here as I'm checking in. Okay, I wanted to zoom you in so I could show you some things we budgeted for. So every week I budget $230 for my family of 4 to eat out, groceries. This also includes any household items, such as diapers, wipes, laundry detergent, dish detergent, anything you buy at a grocery store, and eating out. It's all combined in this food category. I budget for my husband to get $75 a week. He used to get $100 a week, but now that he's on summer vacation, because my husband is a high school band director, he's a teacher. Now he's home for summer vacation. He isn't going out as much, which means he's not stopping at different places to get snacks and coffee, which is usually where the bulk of his spending goes. So I told him I was going to lower his allowance, and he actually did very well this week. I'll show you that in a minute. I used to get $75 every week, but I lowered my allowance to $50 every week for this month. I just totally forgot when I was budgeting this week, and so I just kept it at $75. But the way I'm going to fix this is next week I'm only going to give myself $25, so that way it all evens out in the end. I don't know if I can make it on $25, but we're going to see. So yeah, that was a mistake. I was supposed to only get $50, but next week I'll get $25. I budget $120 a week for gas or fuel for my husband and me. It costs about the same for my husband and I to fill up our cars, and right now it costs anywhere from $60 to $65 to fill up our tanks. So I thought $120 would be fine, especially since we're not going anywhere too much during the summer. So I didn't increase this, even though gas prices are increasing. I just kept it the same as I have the past couple of months. And sinking funds, I budgeted that we would spend $800 for the entire month, and then just divided that by 5 weeks. And so technically, if we were to spend $800 the entire month from our sinking fund account, then $160 would be allocated for this week. So that means our entire budgeted amount for the week is $660, and that's in variable expenses or cash envelope expenses. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you would know that we actually use our American Express credit card for all of our variable expenses, and then we just pay it back. However, since we've been going over budget in a lot of different areas, you guys, we have been doing cash envelopes. Oh, I hate it, but I'll get back to those in a second. All right, so let's go ahead and check in. The first category we have is food, and in this particular color scheme for the pool party theme, I've decided that all the orange labels are going to be food. So let's go ahead and tally up all the food expenses. So first we got some McDonald's. We picked up Chinese. And then here I went to Aldi, CVS, and then a HelloFresh box came out. I'm technically subscribed to HelloFresh, but I have been putting off HelloFresh, like I've canceled all of the boxes for weeks and weeks and weeks. And usually I cancel on a Wednesday because it delivers on a Monday. But because this Monday is July 4th, they were going to deliver early on July 2nd. So they took money out of my account before I was able to cancel it on Monday. I wasn't expecting this because usually they take it out of my account on Thursday if I don't cancel by Wednesday. Anyway, point is, I didn't cancel in time, so they charged me for HelloFresh for that week. So, yeah. And then we went to Walmart. So $259.01. Went a little bit over budget in food, and that was basically because of the HelloFresh box. I did not expect to have HelloFresh come out, but it did. So let's see, 230 minus 2. So we were $29.01 over budget, which isn't bad. Like I said, we've been doing cash envelopes. So I found these envelopes. These were a free printable that I found online, and I'll link the blog that I found these on down in my description. But it was really cute. There's a whole bunch of different designs. I just chose the pineapple because, I don't know, it kind of goes with the rest of my pool party theme. And it also comes with a little expense tracker. And anyway, so I don't know if you guys can see, but based off of all of the expenses that we did, we should have $18.84 left over. Because of that HelloFresh box, it charged our bank account, and so I still have the $18.84 here in cash, but technically it's not left over. I have to put this in the bank to cover the HelloFresh expense, and we're still over budget by $29.01. Next is my husband's allowance. Now, sometimes I was with my husband, so I was able to keep track of what it was he was spending, but since he has cash, I don't really know what he's spending his money on, so I'm just gonna give him the $75, and then if he comes home with change, that's great, and if not, that's fine too, but he knows he can't go over that $75 threshold. So the only two things that I was with him that he spent, he went and got some Mexican food for lunch, so $15.24, and then he bought something on the Xbox for a video game. So for his allowance, I know for a fact he spent $40.24, but he actually came home, and on Thursday he had a $20 bill left over in his cash envelope. So if he had a $20 bill left over, that means he spent $55, which is great. So my husband is actually traveling to Washington, D.C. with his marching band. They are going to be part of the July 4th Independence Day parade. And so my husband is going to be in D.C. on the 1st through the 5th. So he wanted to keep his extra money, his extra $20, in addition to his allowance for next week, so that way he had extra spending money while he was in DC. But he said after that, anything that's left over, he doesn't mind giving me to put towards savings challenges, extra debt payments, things like that. This was just a very special circumstance since he's going to be in DC. So he had $20 left over, but he kept that for his DC trip next week. Okay, for my allowance is going to be indicated in yellow without the asterisk, because the asterisk is my husband's spending. So I did pretty good. I went and got a drink at QT. I got Chick-fil-A, and I ordered some things off of Amazon. And actually the things I ordered were things to help me with my cash budgeting. So I ordered these supplies. I ordered a A6 binder and some envelopes, but they didn't get here in time while I was cash stuffing everything, which is why I got these free printable ones. But now they have arrived and I can't wait to show them to you guys. So now I can transfer everything to the A6 binder that I got. Okay, that I also went to a craft fair, and then I got some slushies. And that's it. So out of my allowance, I spent $61.49, which means I should have $13.51 left over. So here is my cash envelope that I had. Again, I accidentally gave myself $75 instead of $50, but I'm going to make up for that next week. So out of the $75, I should have $13.51 left. Oop, got a coin stuck in here. All right, so there's 51. We have 10, 11, 12, 13. That's correct. I'm gonna put my leftovers here to the side. Now for gas, I decided not to put this in cash because when you need fuel, you need fuel. And if we fill up our gas tank and happen to be a couple dollars over, I don't want the fact that we're using cash be the reason why we can't fill up our tank with gas. So we're still going to use our American Express credit card for filling up, but I do want to stay within this budget, which we tend to do. In fact, the past couple of weeks, we've been under budget when it comes to gas, so I'm really not worried about this not being in cash. It's really the other categories that we've been over budget. So, all right, we had $120, so the light pink is all of the fuel. So we filled up twice. $59.77, and over here $62.05. Woo! And here I say we usually stay under budget. What's a dollar though? $1.82. That's not too bad. I'm not too upset about that. It's really okay. Since we both filled up our cars so close, like in 1 week, we probably will not be filling up next week. Or if we do, you know, it'll be just one car and not both. So I'm not too worried about that. Sinking funds. The only sinking funds, which are the dark blue, we only spent from 2 sinking funds this week. That was the health sinking fund and the gifts sinking fund. So health, we just had to get some medication, and then this is a birthday gift we had to pick up because my son went to a birthday party on the 1st. So that birthday gift. So out of everything, we spent $22.74, which is way under budget from what I predicted. But again, we're trying to stay under $800 for the entire month. Now, unbudgeted. Whew. Unbudgeted is the dark pink with the asterisk next to it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is $1,890.07. That's a very scary number. My husband had to get a lot of things done on his car. Like I said in one of my first videos, I think I talked about my husband's car needing some new tires, and so we were saving a car maintenance sinking fund to help pay for those tires. But when he took it in, the tires that he wanted happened to be way more expensive than he thought. So we had to get new tires. We also got his oil changed. We did a couple other things to his car, but anyway, the whole bill came to a whopping almost $1,900, and we did not have that in our car maintenance sinking fund. So what we are going to do about that is, unfortunately, the money has to come from somewhere, and I don't want to get in more debt and have it lingering on a credit card. So we decided to use our travel fund, our travel sinking fund, which we had to do now. This is the second time we had to dip into a sinking fund. That it's not what it's for, but that's what we have to do. So we were saving up in our travel sinking fund to take my mother to Japan. My mother hasn't been to Japan since before I was born. And my mother is Japanese. She was born in Japan, but due to her working and also due to her financial situation, she hasn't seen her family or any of her friends, hasn't been over there in over 30 years. So we really wanted to take my mother. She just retired from her job, so she finally has time. So we wanted to take her, but then COVID happened and it was just a big mess. And even when COVID like lightened up a little bit, still the travel restrictions and quarantines when you travel to different countries, it was a lot. So we postponed our trip, but we still had the funds saved so we could go whenever the travel conditions changed, I guess. But anyway, now we had to dip into this travel fund to help pay for my husband's car repair. And then my husband had to buy something for his school that will be reimbursed later. So overall, in unbudgeted, we spent $1,909.30, which of course it is unbudgeted. So that's a lot more than I thought. All right, let's bring out some highlighters. We were over budget in food, over budget in gas, but not by much. I'm actually really proud of us. And my husband stayed under and I stayed under. Okay, so we're closing out paycheck number 1, which for us is the first week in July. My husband got paid on June 24th. The sinking funds I anticipated us using and any other income that I expected us to get. But actually my husband got paid a little bit more because he has a marching band stipend that kicks in once at the beginning of the year and once at the end of the year. High school band directors where he works gets a little bit of an extra stipend for all of the extra hours they put in. So this happened to be the tail end of his stipend. And sinking funds. So we brought in savings used. Not only did we bring in the sinking funds, the health sinking fund and the gift sinking fund money, but like I said, we also brought in travel sinking fund money to help pay for my husband's car expense. The other income we received, our bank account gave us a whopping 2 cents for interest in our checking account. We received a refund from Acorns, which I did not expect. So Acorns is an app that we used for a while. We liked it. We just didn't use it anymore. So we tried to cancel our subscription and it just wouldn't let us do it on our phones. So I had to call the customer service representative like on the phone to tell them to cancel our subscription. And it was only $3 a month, but paying $3 a month for a service we're not using, it just adds up. So they refunded us the past 3 months that they charged us when we were trying to cancel it. So I thought that was nice. So we got $9 from Acorns there. I returned some merchandise to Walmart, some clothes that just didn't fit. And then my husband received a refund for some things he purchased last month. So all of that totaled to $211.99. So when I add all of this income together, our actual income for paycheck number 1 was $5,520.72. As far as our bills, everything was pretty much the same. A couple things were higher, a couple things were lower. Our internet was about $5 cheaper, and I'm not sure why. Our internet went up because we decided to get faster internet. I do work from home and my internet has to be reliable. And so we've been paying the same amount for a couple of months now, but for some reason our internet was cheaper. I don't know why. Allstate, our premium was cheaper because we are part of the Safe Driver program, so we got a little bit of a discount for that. My daughter's daycare came out the same, and then Disney Plus. This is a yearly subscription that we have, and it happens to renew in July. So this bill came out, I anticipated $79.99, but after tax and everything, it came out to $85.59. So all of our bills that came out in paycheck number 1 was $599.98. So if I subtract that from our income, we are left with $4,920.74. So I just bring down that total to the next table, but we actually did not have any debt payments that came out during this paycheck, so it's all at 0. Moving on to the next table, these are our variable expenses, which we just checked in. So let's go ahead and fill in those numbers. So for food, we spent $259.01. My husband spent $55. I spent $61.49. Gas was $121.82. Sinking funds was $22.74. And then unbudgeted was $1909.30. Okay. $2,429.36. If I subtract that from what was left over, we are left with $2,491.38. I'm going to bring that down to our last table here, which is savings. For our Save and Go account, this is an account we have with Wells Fargo that anytime something comes out of our checking account, whether that be a direct debit or we swipe our card, Wells Fargo takes a percentage of whatever comes out of our checking account and it automatically moves that percentage to our savings account. So I expected us to only get $4 for this week, but we actually got $2 this week. And then for our sinking funds, I deposited $860 into our different sinking fund accounts. Okay, and if I subtract $862 from what's left over, we have $1,629.38. And that is going to be our rollover into paycheck number 2. So let's take a look at my summary box here. So the way I have my summary box set up, I take my total income and subtract all of these expenses, and I should be left over with the same amount here, which should be my rollover. Let's just double check. Yep, that's right. Go ahead and write this rollover over here. So it's $1,629.38. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. I think I need to break this into 2 parts because I just don't want this video to be too long. Thank you so much for checking in with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one so we can prepare for week 2 of July. Bye, you guys.